I've been reporting on the arrival of high-speed Starlink internet in remote indigenous villages in the Amazon rainforest. Myself and our photographer, Victor Moriyama, we ended up hiking in total about 50 miles in order to reach villages of the Marubo people, which are an indigenous tribe that has lived for hundreds of years, if not longer, in one of the most isolated stretches of the Amazon rainforest. One of the striking things for me was to see this contrast between this old traditional way of life that the Marubos have had for many, many, many years, and this very new way of life that looks far more familiar to me, frankly. And that meant, seeing people hunched over on their phones, typing away, sending voice notes, watching, video clips. I saw two very young boys just, swiping through video after video of Neymar Jr. The Marubo are not a fully isolated tribe. Many of the Marubo actually already had smartphones, and they were using them to communicate when they were in the city or to take photos in the forest. The Starlink antennas, they satellite internet service from SpaceX, the private space company owned by Elon Musk, arrived in the Marubo villages in September 2023. Right away, the internet was a huge hit and people were on it all the time, so much that it became a problem for the hunting and the farming that are necessary for their way of life. And so what the Marubo leaders did is nowadays, in almost all of the villages, the internet is only on for several hours in the morning and several hours in the evening, and then all day Sunday. The Marubo people saw all of the many benefits that the internet brought for them. And that included the ability to call for help in a medical emergency, the ability to communicate between different villages, inform themselves better about what's going on in the world. But at the same time, I saw the Marubo people dealing with misinformation and scams, to pornography, to addictive social networks, to violent video games. The big difference here is that most of the world has had literally decades to kind of grapple with and debate what the internet means for society. And the Marubo people are dealing with all of this all at once. Leaders in the tribe also said that the more and more they're seeing the young people be on the internet, the more and more interest naturally there is about the outside world and more interest about leaving the forest. And that is worrisome for the kind of elders in the tribe who are worried about the death of the culture and the traditions and the customs of the Marubo people in these remote villages.